Hey guys, welcome to episode 66. This is
Hopefully
going to be...
not Order 66.
Oh, watch out, Jedi. If you're
Younglings, if you're listening, beware.
That's right. Guys, really sad today. This is a sad episode. You thought episode 66 was going to be a great one. You're probably thinking, man, I can't wait to listen to Luke and Lewis. They're going to be so happy. Guys, we were happy because we had something amazing planned for you, as we always try to do. You know, we try to do so much for you guys on this show. We try to do things in stunt planes. As we all know, I really wanted to do that, but unfortunately, Cunt with the Plane Industries couldn't get his wheels on the plane, and we couldn't do that, and I was really disappointed by that.
It was a landing gear issue, not a wheel issue.
Is what the I don't know, landing gear is wheels? Close
No,
enough.
It's a gear.
No, but there's wheels on the end of the gear.
Of course. No.
What?
Like landing
gear is all of the gear,
No,
including the
it's
wheel.
like when you put it into gear to land.
I feel like the landing gear includes the wheel. Ruben?
Right. Well, I think there's two different...
Why are we looking to Ruben like he knows anything about light
expert.
airplanes?
Well, the problem with this show, Luke, is that often on any one topic, one of us is a fucking dumbass, but neither of us is sure.
Yeah.
So we always need
I'm
a
not
third
sure.
opinion.
Yeah, okay, what's your
So
opinion then?
I know that I'm right, but also I'm not very sure.
Yeah.
Well, Luke thinks it's like gear is in like a gear stick. That's
Yeah.
what
Not
a
the
gear.
gear.
Only,
But-
no.
Box.
No, not the box, but like the landing gear was broken, so
But
we
the
had to
guy
go
in the
get-
plane
he
isn't
said-
chucking it into third.
But that's how they work. Like
Yeah.
there's landing gear. We're like, all right, prepare for landing.
Yeah, and then the
they
gear
go,
descends, which is the wheel is
you're,
attached.
You're thinking like, oh mate, chuck the gear in. Like,
Yeah,
like you're thinking.
No, I'm not thinking about gearboxes.
You're not thinking
I think
mechanically.
the landing gear is all of it, including the wheel that's
Oh, no,
attached
no.
to the end.
No. The gear is the bit that goes.
Yeah,
the wheel
and what's
is
on
attached.
the end of the gear?
Mate, if they just needed a new wheel, it would have been like, all right, unscrew that, slap the wheel onto
I'm
the landing
Googling
gear.
it.
Yeah, I've got
I'm
an
so
answer.
angry. Oh, you've already done it?
Landing gear is the undercarriage of an aircraft or spacecraft and may be used for either takeoff or landing.
Yes.
So includes the wheel.
It does include the wheels.
Woo!
No, but that's
Show us a picture.
That's bullshit. Obviously, the wheel is an add-on. It's
No.
like, do you want fries with that? Do
Look
you
at all
want
those
a
pictures.
wheel?
Look at all those pictures of wheels, man. You are wrong. Landing gear includes the wheel.
Yeah, but I would say the wheel. no. I would say the wheel is separate. I would still like to argue that the wheel is separate.
If you have a degree in plane flying, sound off below.
Aviation, you fuckhead. I think that means you're wrong.
Nah.
Hey guys, if you're studying zoom in the air, then sound off
Look,
below.
bro, I fucking built a lot of little toy soldiers and miniatures. Landing gear includes the wheel.
I would say it's part of the landing
Gear.
parts. The wheel. It is.
the landing
No, but
gear.
the landing gear would be the thing that folds out. The
wheel folds out.
No, the fucking arm folds out, which the wheel is attached to.
So
A
it's
wheel
part
is a
of
wheel.
it.
A wheel's a wheel. Would you say that the
Yes.
that the wheel is a part of the axle on a car?
No.
Absolutely not. It's the same shit.
But I
The
bet
wheel is
I bet,
attached to
I
something.
bet there's an axle within the landing gear of
wheel
a plane.
It's just the
Probably
thing
not
that
actually.
spins on
An
the
axle helps
landing.
you turn.
Dude, the
it's a very
wheels-
much a car thing.
A wheel's just a thing that spins on the landing gear.
Yeah, part of the landing gear.
No, it's
all
attached to
part.
it. It's not a part of it. It's a
part
separate
of the
part.
landing gear.
Oh my god! If you have a fucking degree in aviation, please sign up below. I'm keen to win this one, hypothetically after the episode.
Okay,
All right,
sound off.
guys. The point is, we're not supposed to be talking about this.
We're very sad, right? We tried very hard to do something for you, as we always try to do. We take pride in our work here. We love doing stuff for you guys. And for the most part, apart from, the plane, we've been pretty high to moderate success rate with what we've been promising and what we've been trying to achieve.
Yeah, and as I said on Tuesday's episode, podcasts are just 40%. If you deliver on 40% of the promises you make, that's a successful podcast.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's like, that's better than any political leader. Promise a million things, deliver on 3%, and
Yeah.
you've done pretty good.
Yeah, so we try and hit 40%, which is like a good level. Less than half the shit
Yeah.
we promise, we usually try and...
Yeah, it's like Donald Trump. He's like, I'm going to build a wall, and then he like erected a bunch of toothpicks that covered maybe 1% of America. Bernie Sanders, if he wins, he's going to be like, man, free healthcare for everyone. He'll get elected maybe, and if he wins, everyone will get like a toothbrush.
Yeah,
And
or,
that's it.
Or just like a couple of bulk billing clinics will open up, like in every state.
Yeah.
and that's great
Yeah.
because that
That, deliver on 3%.
Yeah.
Leader of the century. We're trying to do that a little bit better. We want to hit 40%, and we've been nailing that 40%. Guys, we've 100% failed something.
we have royally fucked something behind the scenes.
I struggle to agree with the fact that it's our fault. I don't think it's our fault. We did everything that we could.
No, you're right. Well, it's just that we're the faces of the operation,
Yeah.
so it
just
at the end of the day it
falls on
reflects
us.
poorly on us.
Yes.
even though it technically wasn't our fault.
yeah.
You
so,
kind of got to own.
mm,
Like this is the problem with what we do. With when we outsource things to other people, at the end of the day, it reflects on you. Hence why we get so annoyed when Killer makes mistakes.
yeah.
Because it's like, yes, it's not our fault. It never is. but it at the end of the day, it reflects on us
Yeah.
when he spells a word wrong and on
Yeah.
our channel.
Don't point at me. I'm not Keelan.
I'm looking
Yeah,
at
true.
you as a warning.
Okay.
Yeah, Ruben won't spell something wrong, but fuck, he'll pick the wrong color. 'Cause
Oh,
this
yeah.
cunt is so colorblind. He'll be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, how does green and purple combined look?" And we're like, "Awful." He goes, "Really? Yes, I can't tell."
He was, but although Ruben's a lot more self-aware,
Yeah.
he was adjusting the colors of the episode, and he was like, "Do you think that looks good?" Because it wasn't
true.
like
I reckon I forget every day that you're colorblind
because
you were editing yesterday's episode, and I was like, "Oh, just color grade that, make that look better," and you were like, "No worries." You got no idea what you're doing.
No, no idea.
You're
No,
like a dog. You see in black and white.
he asked me, he's like, "So does this look good?" And it wasn't like a just checking with you before I export it. It was like, "No, seriously, does this look good?" Because I have
need
no
help.
idea.
It's like a blind man in an art gallery going, "Is this good?"
yeah.
I don't know. Am I even looking at a painting, or am I staring at a wall?
Anyway, so obviously it reflects on us. So we tried to do something behind the scenes. I reckon we've been working on this for about 6 months.
6 months,
On and
easy.
off.
Yeah, because we wanted to make some really cool, really unique merch that we've never made before. We've done t-shirts, we've done posters, we've done stickers, we've done all the normal stuff. We'd want to step it up, make something a little bit more custom that no one else in Australia has done before.
And also, we wanted to give back to our community and make a fun thing just for the podcasters, the people who sound off weekly on the show.
Yep, all of
obviously,
those sound off fans.
The secret sounders.
Yeah.
On the
Patreon.
on the
which,
Patreon, the
which you
senior
shouldn't be talking
sounders.
about because that is a secret.
Yeah, but but then the senior sounders, and then there's our sergeants, which we salute.
Salute.
And hats off to them.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, and hands up to them from your forehead
From your
into
forehead
the sky.
up, because that's a salute.
Yes.
We wanted to do something for all of you guys. We wanted to create the world's coolest, most comfortable, best looking, super sick, Luke and Lewis themed sound off socks.
How good is the alliteration? Already you're thinking, boys, you've done it. What an idea. And
Sound off socks.
we've been seeing your sound offs, and the amount of sound offs requesting sound off socks and sound off merch was phenomenal. We
Yep.
hear ya. All right, we see you sounding off, and we wanted to make an item of merch where you can wear it proudly as a sounder of this podcast
Yep.
and go, this is my identity now.
Mhm.
Like, maybe it gets to Tuesday and Thursday, you have 2 pairs, and you slip on the socks and you
Yep.
sit there sounding off throughout the episode. That was what we thought in an ideal world was going to happen.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, Nike makes shoes for running. We make socks for sounding off.
And we really wanted you to be proud to own these socks.
Yeah. So we came up with the coolest design.
We really liked the
Orange. Luke and Lewis. It has sound off on it. Bit of white, bit of black.
So it's supposed to be
heaps of orange.
a black sock with
Yeah.
a little orange ring around it, then a couple of white stripes. We're definitely going for like a kind of skater, something you'd find in surf dive ski on their sock rack. Just like
Yeah.
a simple
And Luke's
sock.
the expert on surf dive ski.
Yeah.
When
So-
it comes to surf dive ski, this man
Yeah.
could itemize everything in the store. That's how often he
and
shops
City
there.
Beach. We
And
actually
City
went
Beach.
to Airlie Beach, and it really was so overwhelming.
Yeah.
There was a City Beach, Cotton On, and JJ's all next to each other.
And we were
The
in a city that
trifecta.
was near a beach.
Yes.
So Luke was hyperventilating.
I was just thinking, like, God, the amount of competition, the prices must be so low because
Yeah.
the sheer levels of competition.
Luke was at City Beach in a city beach. Incredible.
It was
So-
pretty wild.
Initially, right, we thought we need to go straight to the experts if we want to make the best socks in the fucking game. Which, by the way, when we designed it and when we made the digital copy to send to the manufacturer, fucking nailed it.
Yeah, it was
so
great.
cool, really great. So we thought we need to take this to the experts. So we went straight to China.
That's what you do. If you want to get shit made in high quantities,
Mm-hmm.
ASAP, you go straight to the big dogs over there in Beijing.
Two things that manufacturing and calculus have in common. Chinese kids do it best.
It's true.
So
And-
that's
and-
where we went.
Yeah, as well as dim sims.
Yeah.
All right, you don't go to fucking Australia if you want good spring rolls.
Absolutely
Go to
not.
China.
So we organised a manufacturer, had it all lined up, sent them the designs. They were like, yes, absolutely, we can do these. And by us, what we mean is my kids. So it was all sorted, right? Totally good. Then coronavirus happened.
Really fucked up our operation, and how selfish of them. You know.
Well, look, it
Of
makes
course,
sense
People
because
are dying, but also our fucking killed the vibe of our socks a bit as well.
really did. I mean, it makes sense though. Everyone at risk of dying of coronavirus is the elderly and children. So that's the factory's gone right there. Guys, we weren't using child labour. This joke has gone a bit far.
Yeah.
We weren't looking for the youngest kids in
No.
Asia to make our socks, just so you know.
We just
Um,
assume.
You have something to say, Ruben?
Absolutely not. This is great.
Oh, okay, great.
She's like, no.
You keep touching your microphone. Are you just thinking about telling us to stop?
this is great. I fully endorse child labour. Continue.
Yeah, so we weren't looking for child labor. We were looking for Chinese factory. They're the experts, right? So then coronavirus happened, so we found a factory in Australia. And we thought at the time, oh, great, now we can make them Aussie made.
Australian made, even better. Like we were like, boom. Look, we were happy to pay. It was like it was a lot more a sock. It was like $3 more per sock to get them
Yes.
made in Australia, which
Yeah.
when you're ordering large quantities is extremely expensive. It ends
Yeah.
up being in like over $1,000. Depends how many you're ordering.
Yes, yeah.
Like thousands of dollars more.
A lot of money. And we decided not to pass the cost on to the customer.
Yeah.
We'll just, obviously coronavirus, that's our fault. So we'll take that, Luke's been eating too much bat soup and it got out of hand. So that's fine.
Yeah, somebody didn't know what bat soup was about a month ago.
Yeah, true.
I would
That's
never
why
eat bat
Luke
soup.
had no idea what coronavirus was. He
Yeah.
accidentally created it. It was like, oh, did I do that?
Yeah.
Right? So
Why did you say that's not a meme on the show? Like I'm you know what? I'm happy with you saying I'm an alcoholic. That's
Yeah.
fine. But
Oh,
me-
sorry, I get confused. Luke's been smashing Coronas.
yeah,
Right?
Not bat soup.
No.
Cool.
Okay. So, right, we got our manufacturer, and that's no worries, right? We've got this. We still have our design. We'll send it straight to the guy. Now there's no language barrier. This guy will probably do a better job.
Here's where we fucked up. We got them made on the Gold Coast, which is
What the fuck?
just I don't know why. It was just like we knew a guy who knew a guy who knew a guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were based on the Gold Coast, and that's
People
where
on the Gold Coast can't do anything right because they're so focused on having a good time while they do it.
yes.
The only people who make shit on the Gold Coast and actually do a good job are Nobby. I don't know how the fuck they do
They're on the
that.
Sunshine Coast. They're not
Oh,
even on the
that's
Gold
different.
Coast. Yeah.
Okay, well then that's great because if they were on Gold Coast, they wouldn't be a sponsor. We couldn't endorse them because
No.
they'd be like, "Hey, we have fun here." We were like, "Yeah, but what about the undies?" I don't know.
Yeah. So we got them printed. Now, I would say we were really hoping to have them by the podcast tour. This is how long we've been working on these.
We
for.
wanted them at the start of the podcast tour. Coronavirus, Australian manufacturer,
Pushed
shit
it
got out of
back.
hand.
So then we're like, we need it by the regional tour. We didn't even have them made by. We were really pushing to get this done.
Yeah.
Halfway through the regional tour, we made a 2-hour detour
Yeah.
from between Port Macquarie and Toowoomba via the Gold Coast
9 hours.
to pick up these socks.
Which we were so excited to see because we haven't seen any physical copies. Normally, when you make a bit of merch, you send them the
You
design,
get a sample back.
and then you get a sample back because you have enough time to get a sample and clear it and make any changes. Coronavirus happened. We didn't have time to make a sample, but that's okay.
We just-
Who could fuck up socks?
We just
Orange. How do you
pushed
fuck up
through
that?
a bulk order. We set them a color code. We were
Big
like,
order.
there was no way they could
Big
fuck
order.
these up.
Big order. right? Now, we arrive in Gold Coast after our 9-hour drive. And that was horrible, but it's fine because we knew at the end of that drive, we were going to hit the holy grail, best socks in the game, massive big order of socks. We get there, we open up the box, and how about instead of telling you our reaction, we will just show you guys the reaction of the audience that night when we showed them our socks.
This is how the audience in Toowoomba reacted to us just revealing the socks to them.
Not even saying anything, just showing them. All right? This is Toowoomba reacting to our sound off socks. Should we pause or should we come back?
No, just keep talking.
Cool? All right.
Yeah. Look, it's not the reaction you want
No.
when you were really excited about a product. You don't
Definitely
want
not.
laughter.
No, you don't want laughter and, oh, what the fuck is that?
It's
You
kind of
really
like
don't.
if you had a really fucked up looking dick and then
Yeah.
you showed a chick and she just burst out laughing and then went, what the fuck is that?
It's
it was the
not
same
good.
reaction.
Yeah, and these were all fans of us, so they were also very excited. So these are the people who are most likely to love the socks, and they just abused us for them. And you know what? Rightly so. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to show you
Hang
guys
on.
the socks.
Not yet. So I would say this is how we reacted
Yeah.
when we opened the box. So we're in the Gold Coast. We opened the
Oh, yeah, I
box.
forgot this.
And so really when you've both been excited about it, this is the reaction you want. Open the box and you go, oh, cool. Yes. Yeah, these are good. What do you recommend? Yeah, they're great. Awesome.
Try it
All
on.
right,
Oh, they
excited.
fit great.
Put them
This is
on.
Awesome.
Yeah, dude, they look sick. Hang on. Try them with shoes. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
None of that happened.
Can't wait to
Open
sell
the
these.
box. I just went silent. You were like, how are they? And I went,
Come and have a look. And I was like,
No,
oh
no.
no.
this was the reaction. So should we sell them? Was it actually what happened?
Yeah.
And you went, should we just lie and say we like them?
That was my, like, I was like, oh, we can't even, we have to pretend that they're good. They're not good, but maybe we can just pretend that they're good. And then we had this discussion of like, how the fuck would we even pretend that they're good?
We can't sell these like unironically being like, get our new socks.
My favorite thing about the socks are that they're the wrong color and terrible. Like, there was nothing that we could even pretend to like about these socks. So I think, guys, we're going to take a quick break here. We're going to put the
We
socks
don't
on.
really have to take a break, do we?
We don't? Are you wearing them under there?
No, I'm not. I was just going to put them on.
Okay, all right. Well, then we'll put on the socks here, and we're just going to show you guys what they look like. So, really, when you want I'm just going to reiterate what we wanted. We wanted orange. We wanted thin, like skater, surfy type socks.
By
that
the
are-
way, these socks I'm wearing are
orange.
not said socks. They are just penguin socks that I got for Christmas.
I mean, they would be a lot better.
They would be heaps better.
Like if there were penguins and everyone was like, "Why the fuck are they penguins?" That would be a lot better.
All right, so maybe just reveal the bottom of the sock because remember, keep in mind the only thing you really need to know before we reveal, and this is maybe better if you switch over to the video for this point
Yeah.
for audio listeners, but we
Gonna be a
will
bit visual.
do some describing. Keep in mind they're supposed to be orange. Now, a great representation and I guess a great example of the color orange
Yeah.
would be the background that is behind us every single episode.
That's
That
orange. I think
is
we can
orange.
all agree. Orange as fuck.
Orange. There's no disputing that. I
No.
mean, Ruben might have something to say. Boys, I thought it was a light purple. But, you know,
Is that orange? What does that look like?
Lewis,
Yeah.
please reveal the first part of the sock.
This is the
Chuck 'em
bottom
up
of the
here.
sock. This is the best part of the sock.
Oh, he's triggered a button.
Now, this is fucking yellow.
That's not orange.
That is like a dirty yellow. This is a brand new pair. Haven't worn these, so this is not dirty.
It's Big Bird yellow. It's like a mustard kind of. It's just weird. It's like the Macca's yellow.
Yeah,
It's
it's
the Big M.
really not good, right? So this is, keep in mind, the best part of the sock. Fucking terrible.
So
And
already
now-
they fucked up the color, which we don't know how because we sent them the color code.
Now, I'm going to reveal the part of the sock that made every single show we showed it to lose their fucking minds in rage and disbelief and horror. Here's the top of the sock, which, keep in mind, orange, cool, skatey. That's what we're going for. This is the top of the sock.
Every time.
What is this? This is not only is this not orange, this is yellow, but also it's not the same color as this.
It's two different shades of yellow. It looks like an under 12s footy sock.
They used the two different wrong colors. They had two opportunities to nail the orange,
They
fucked it both
fucked it
times.
twice.
And also, it's supposed to be the same color. It's not even the same wrong color. He used two different wrong colors.
It's just fascinating how shit they look. It's like I'm looking at it now and...
It says sound off here. That's kind of the only thing they got.
But it's supposed
well.
to say sound off throughout the, like, around the entire sock as well.
Oh, it is too.
Yeah.
I forgot that. It only says sound off on one. We wanted it to go all the way in a ring, right? Not only, right? It also, this is the worst bit, I think. At the back of the sock, where is that? I'm trying to find the back of the sock. The worst part.
I can get it up here. I mean, I can
Oh, here
just
we
show
go.
it, but you won't be able to see it.
You won't
on
be able to see
camera,
it. But
though.
anyway, the back of the sock, they're like rings.
See, look, if I stretch it out, you can see it doesn't.
It doesn't even
Line up.
line up.
The rings don't line up to each other.
We'll put a photo up here. Where the lines are supposed to connect, they fucked it up and they connect like up and down.
Yeah.
They've completely ruined these socks.
And also, Lewis, at the time when we bought them, I actually remember this was a sentence I said to him. I'm like, look, they're shit, but I was trying to be positive. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, well, they can't, I guess, get any worse than they already are. And then we kind of laughed about it going like, yeah, I mean, you can't further fuck up a sock. We've already
Yeah.
ordered them. We're here now. And then,
I started looking at the sock and I was like, I fucking hate them. But also they look really familiar. Like, why do I hate them, but I also feel like I know them? And that's when I realized, right, this is what they look like. They look like the fucking McDonald's coffee cup. It's the same color and dimensions, the yellow, white, and black of a fucking Macca's takeaway coffee cup. And that is what we have ordered. And to make things worse, we ordered 500 pairs. of these
500
socks.
of fucking footy sock hybrid Macca's takeaway coffee cup socks. These are the shittest socks I've ever seen.
Absolutely
Like-
fucking terrible.
Like, I've never seen a sock that's supposed to be trendy look so bad.
It's awful.
Like, you would never wear this in front of your friends.
No, never, right? And you would never try to sell 500 pairs unless you were a fucking fool.
Yes.
Like our show.
Here we are. We do this all the time.
All the time.
We've never got anything right. Now, here's the one thing we can promise you. They are limited edition. We will never buy these socks again.
Never, ever. We will
Five-
never make them again.
We have 500 of them, and well, actually, we don't anymore because we were selling them at the second half of the shows across 5 shows.
5 of our smaller shows
Five
towards
of-
the end in North Queensland, the smaller ones. So not that many people had the opportunity to buy them, right? Now, originally we thought these are terrible. We can't even pretend to like them. We trashed them on stage every fucking
If you
night.
want to go watch the video of us going to town on these socks on stage every night, it is on this channel. It's on the Luke and Lewis channel.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
On our Instagram as well. Check it out. Just us trashing the socks at a few different shows. You'll see the audience reaction. We're not the only people who hate these socks.
Yeah.
It's 100% hate rate. We trash these at every single show, right? The only good thing that we
should
can promise...
Start a Rotten Tomatoes rating for these socks.
We really should. We should set up reviews.
100%.
One
Wait, is
star.
100% bad?
No.
Oh, 0%.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Did you know that? That's not just how ratings work.
No, but
High,
I thought
good,
because
low,
the
bad?
website was called Rotten Tomatoes, like if it had a high rating, it went it was shit. I don't really go on it.
Oh, that kind of
I
makes
don't-
sense.
I don't
Yeah.
look at movie reviews. very
Yeah.
much.
The only good thing about these socks is that they are genuinely comfortable and high quality
Oh, yeah.
in construction and not aesthetics or design.
Yeah, the
They're
material
just
is
comfy.
good. It's fine, and I actually like wearing them. And then every time I look down at my feet, I just regret my life.
You
and
know
think,
what? I bet Ruben loves these socks because he can't tell what's wrong with them.
Yeah.
What's wrong with a grey and
but
white
he
sock?
can still see how terrible the design is.
Yeah.
What are your honest opinions on the sock? Ruben?
It's definitely not good. I think they've I assume they sort of got the concept right. I mean, it's similar.
No, like
Do you have the photo to show Ruben?
Yeah,
like,
didn't
of
I
what
show
we
you
sent them?
yesterday?
Yeah, but I mean, they haven't changed the design.
Oh,
but they've
I
just
mean,
definitely
the
have.
execution is wrong.
These white lines are so thick compared to what
Right,
we sent
okay,
them. They're
yeah.
supposed to be really
I
thin
would say
and much closer
the
together.
orange
So, yeah.
part, and when I say orange, it's yellow. The orange part was supposed to be about as thick as what one of the white lines is, and
Yeah.
then two little pinstripe white
Okay,
lines around the orange, and it was supposed to say sound off either side. It would have kind of been like a pretty cool sock, I reckon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe. And they were also just supposed. We just had a different thing in mind.
We just really don't like these socks,
I
guys.
can't find them.
So we had only shown them. We'd only showed them at 4 different shows, and we trashed them for literally 5-10 minutes every night, guys. We ordered 500 of them, and after showing them to, what do you think? How many
Maybe
people
like
actually saw them?
350.
350 people, guys. We have already sold almost 150 pairs of these awful socks, which is a sell rate of pretty much 50%.
We had to get more sent to us on the tour. We
We've-
ran out of these socks. We were in Gold Coast, we were let's just take 50 pairs with us. Because they won't sell.
That's right. We
'Cause
left
they're so
most
shit.
of them
We
at
just
home.
left them
We
there.
didn't even want to sell them.
We were fuck them.
That's how much we hated them.
Leave them in this box, and which is where our management is based.
Mm.
And then we got one show in, and we were send more ASAP. We had to go back to the van. Keelan had to do a sock run
Yeah.
at a show. We sold out of the ones we bought into the show in
We needed reinforcements.
we bought 10 socks into the venue, thinking if we move 3, it's a miracle. And then within 20 people doing the meet and greet, we'd sold out of all 10, and Zach's going, I'm doing photos, and I hear Zach going, Keelan, mate, go to the motorhome, we
More
need more
socks."
socks. And we just had to keep getting fucking more socks, and turns out
Apparently, you guys like shit
this is
stuff.
the highest selling merch item we've ever done, which makes me so angry.
So fucking we put so much pride, time, and dedication into creating really cool merchandise that we want to wear and we want you to wear. The minute we make the worst fucking item ever, it sells at a rate that is a pretty much triple any other merch we've ever made.
And we do have some exciting news.
Yes.
The remaining 350 thereabout socks are online right now for you to purchase.
Yep.
If you-
LukeandLewis5.com.
Yes, if you want to go to lukeandlewis5.com, you can own these socks for yourself. Limited run. Don't worry, we'll never be printing them again.
Never ever.
If you want to own the worst socks known to man, which kind of resemble a Macca's coffee cup
Mm-hmm.
and an old footy sock you may have owned, then hey, they're available, and we can't even promise that they will be still there in a week because
At this
apparently
rate, yep.
it's annoying how quick these socks sell.
I mean, really, if the sell rate of about 50% is the same, we could sell about 5,000 of these fucking socks.
Yeah.
So there's only 300 something left, and what we decided to do is, keeping in vein with just getting rid of terrible things, we have a bunch of terrible souvenirs that we were given by every venue.
Yeah.
In our rider, which you get a rider, you don't normally ask for Coke, bit of food,
It's usually
whatever.
just meals, waters, a couple
Yeah.
of beers, stuff like that.
We decided to ask each venue, because it was a regional tour, just a local souvenir, because they all have weird shit. And every town gave us some really cool stuff, but
was-
most towns gave us some fucking terrible things.
It was mainly just so they'd be yeah, here's your local souvenir, and it'd just be a stubby holder. We got a
Yeah.
couple of shot glasses.
Yeah.
And then there were some
Real
real
stinkers.
stinkers that stood out to us, and we just didn't know what to do with them. It was kind of a good thought,
Yeah.
and then the actual reality of owning this item forever, you're
Yeah.
oh no, this is junk. This belongs in the bin.
So we thought, right, we have a history of giving away terrible things. Nominate a mate for a gift they'll hate. Well-loved segment. Selling these terrible socks. Apparently you guys love shit stuff. So we thought, randomly, for a few people who buy these socks, we have 3 prizes. Now,
Now the first prize wasn't actually in our rider. It was a sign that was hanging up advertising
do you want
our
me to
show
get it?
in
You
Mackay.
might not be tall enough to hold it up.
Yeah. So in Mackay, we were performing at the Northern Beaches Bowls Club.
Yep.
And we when we saw that on our like tour list, we were like, oh dear, a bowls club in Mackay. This show's gonna suck. Turns out it was actually one of the better shows.
Really
in the tour.
great.
Mackay was awesome, and
Sold a lot of socks there.
yeah, we sold heaps of socks, and we were wondering kind of why we sold so well in Mackay. Turns out this is how they were advertising our comedy show.
These giant flyer poster things were everywhere in the venue. Look at this.
It says on it, the best stand-up comedy tour in Australia, 21st of Feb, and just our heads on it, right? And these were hanging up all over the venue, right? And we were just like, we saw there, and we were like, God damn, like Carl Barron's coming here in a week, and we're being advertised as the best stand-up comedy tour in Australia.
We did not tell them to put this on our poster.
No.
That hasn't been on any of the other posters. They did that. This is not our font or our color.
But also, you can't see it in
Oh,
the
you can't
shot.
see it? I can bring it down lower.
Oh man. So for audio listeners, it's just like anyway, so we get there and there's a few people who had no idea where we were. Like who we were, sorry. And we were like, did you guys see the sign? They were like, yeah, you know, we're having a slap on the pokies, and we just walked past, saw there was a comedy show, and one of them goes, yeah, it said on the poster that you guys would be great. So here we are. There was like 6 of them that just came.
Yeah. Some 60-year-old woman who just bought socks. She's like, I loved you, boys. I really like how you didn't keep it PC. We need more of that from the younger generation.
Yeah.
I got some socks. They're not very good, but I will wear them.
They're literally, we're hitting like the pensioner market now.
If your grandma needs some socks, if she's blind,
Yeah.
even better,
If you
right?
wanna
She'll
s-
just appreciate the comfort and she won't see how terrible they are.
Or if you're old as fuck and a fan of us, then yeah, spend your pension on a pair of new socks because we need to get rid of them. God damn. And so yeah, this is the number one prize. So
What we've noticed that because they're so limited edition, a lot of people were walking out with like multiple pairs of socks.
Some
Like some dude like bought like 4 or 5 pairs,
Yeah.
just for himself. So we thought,
my
right?
favorite was a guy in Townsville who
Oh,
we'd
yeah.
met the night before at the casino.
The
'Cause
Townsville
yeah,
Casino.
we went to the Townsville casino only because there was no other food places open on a Wednesday night.
We just wanted to see. I really wanted to see what does a regional towns casino look
Yeah.
like, and it's exactly what you think. Imagine this warehouse, but with hundreds of pokie machines in it, and heaps of grandmas with no money.
Yeah, and
That's
instead
what
of
it is.
Russians, just replace it with like Asians
Yeah.
who are like playing roulette and just
Yeah.
putting in like thousands of dollars.
It was scary
wild.
shit.
Yeah. Anyway, so we ran into this guy, really nice guy, ended up coming to the show.
He was there at the casino by himself.
He was there at the casino by himself. But anyway, the next night he came back and he bought like 3 or 4 pairs of socks. He bought a bunch of
Yeah.
merch, and as he bought them, he just went, "Boys, I just want to let you know." And as he handed over the money, he goes, "You're stealing from the casino." God
So,
damn.
we thought, right, to keep in spirit with a bit of the gambling theme that seems to be going on
Mm.
with these high purchaser value socks, right?
It's a
we-
high-end item.
We thought whoever, because they're so limited, a lot of these are collector's items. A lot of people are buying multiple pairs. So whoever buys the most amount of pairs in a single order, we will send this to your house for free.
If you want this, because we figure that if you buy like 10 pairs of socks, you love shit stuff. So we'll send you the weirdest stand-up thing ever, and you can just hang that up wherever it says the Northern Beaches Bowls Club Mackay on it. Even if you weren't at the show, we just assume that you'll like this because it's a bit shit.
Yeah.
And really, we shouldn't own it. It's a bit creased as well, so for extra shitness.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to get rid of this tape and throw on some premium tape as well as there.
There you go.
for
That's
free.
value. The last time we sold premium tape, that T-shirt went for $300.
Exactly. So it's really value
Oh,
for money.
speaking of, that guy showed up to our show. He still had the shirt and the tape.
Yeah.
So it really was premium.
He's just like, boys bought the premium tape, and he just stuck it back on. He's still got the same premium tape. That's what I'm telling you.
And
so.
the post-it notes. I mean, it kept falling off, but it was still there. Sorry, it's
Premium
premium tape.
tape. No,
Premium
it's
tape. My
bad
bad. It's
for-
never fell off.
Bad for business.
So whoever buys the most pairs of socks, we'll send you this for free.
Yeah.
And then for the people who just want one, we got you, right? We got a second and a third prize. People who buy the second most pair of socks.
Yep, you'll go in the running to win this souvenir we got from Bathurst or Bathurst as they keep telling us to call it. But hey, don't put the U in it. It's a
Terrible.
racing like a V8 supercar
This is the
racing.
RSL gave this to us. I don't think it's a racing shirt. What I think this is a Pokies uniform.
Yeah, it's a Pokey Dad shirt.
Yeah.
Often to be worn with cargo pants and thongs.
Yeah.
And to be associated with
This is what
high
you really,
amounts.
if you want to get rid of your fucking,
Yeah.
if you want to add on to your mortgage, fucking,
Yeah.
this is the outfit for you.
I reckon definitely like to be worn while holding like some kind of rum or spirit.
Yes, and your wife's hair.
And it's a Oak. It's sponsored by the Chalky Milk brand Oak.
Yeah,
So
which we love.
couldn't get shit enough. So yeah, it's from the Panthers club that we played at. Great
Yeah.
venue, terrible uniform.
And then
And I think it was just the staff's uniform.
I think so. Yeah, it's a real pokey
How
outfit.
Bathurst is this that they just
Gave
wear
us
this?
that. Yeah, it was
so
like the
many
bare
people
minimum.
are going to be getting angry about how we're saying Bathurst.
Whatever.
I don't care.
Who cares, right?
It's,
And then finally, for this will just be random. So no matter how many pairs of socks you
you
get,
just buy any pair of socks. You go in the running. We'll pick a random person. I would say this is one of the shittest ones. It's
Yeah.
this is one.
so
of the
you really want this?
You go in the running to win a stubby, like a stubby holder, a stubby cooler from Cairns called the Cairns Survival Kit. And it
Yuck.
says, read instructions carefully. 1. Place your favorite icy cold beer in holder. 2. Crack open and administer fluid repeatedly. That's funny
Yeah.
because
Mm.
it's making
Beer.
it sound like it's medical, but
yeah,
really
but it's actually beer.
encouraging alcoholism.
Mm. I'm surprised you're giving this away, Luke.
I know, it's pretty hard. It's going to
You
be pretty
probably
hard to
memorized this though.
Yeah, it's hard to part with it. I've already copied it, made my own. 3. Warning, repeated dosages may induce vomiting. 4. If this occurs...
That's not a step.
Are you ready? 4. If this occurs, go back to step 1. Let it keep drinking, mate.
I mean,
That'll
that
help
is
the problem.
that is actually how you could die.
Yeah, that's actually... If you actually followed the instructions on this stubby cooler, you will die.
Yeah, you literally will. If you keep vomiting and then drinking, you're
Yes.
gonna die.
Yeah, so this is a step-by-step on how to induce alcohol poisoning on yourself.
So if you'd like that, any amount of socks you get, we'll give it to a random person.
Yep,
They're
so-
on sale now, lukeandlewis5.com. We cannot guarantee the quality of the design, but fuck, they're comfy.
Yep, and
They're
I think
disgusting,
we're also
I'm sorry.
putting the posters up from the tour.
Yes, yeah, we are. Cool. All right, now that that's out of the way, shall we get into some other things? How long have we been trashing these socks for, Ruben?
About probably 40 minutes.
Yeah, 37.
Actually,
Yeah.
That's how much we fucking hate these socks.
the whole episode
Yeah.
has just been trashing fucking socks.
Yeah.
Hang on. Ugh. We had so much other shit we wanted to talk about.
We'll have to save
What's
it.
this Star Wars thing that happened?
Okay, so what's happened recently is the Star Wars films are all out, right? So what's happened is Star Wars is doing a bit of a JK Rowling, and they're post-release of the films releasing all of this information that like tries to sloppily cover up plot holes,
Yep.
right?
Because
So
the recent trilogy was trash.
yeah,
Not
it wasn't.
individually, as a whole.
Yes.
Like it was unthought out
Yeah.
and weird, but each movie had some great moments, good characters.
Yeah, it's like
Just didn't link together well at all.
on the night, you know what it was? While you were watching all of the films, except for the middle one, I thought they were great to watch while you were watching. But the minute you left, you were like, "Hang on a second, that didn't make any fucking sense at all."
Yeah.
it was like lots of colors and lights and sounds and epic moments.
Oh,
and then the minute you thought about it, you were like, "That doesn't make any sense at
There
all."
was a couple bits where I laughed out loud in the cinema. The bit where Princess Leia in the second one comes back to life and she floats her way through space. I burst out laughing. I was
So
like, this
many
is
people
so
did.
stupid.
Yeah, when I was in a packed cinema.
Just laughing.
And a lot of people were like, because people were like, "Oh my god, this is beautiful. This is such a good way to send off her character."
Yeah.
And then she opened up her eyes, and one girl just went, "What?" And the other guy
That was
goes,
the vibe.
"Oh, come on!"
Yeah.
And then everyone was just laughing at it.
Yeah.
So gross. And then I love in the third film, her character added fucking nothing.
No.
She didn't need to
They
be in
just
it.
used outtakes, didn't they, from
Yeah.
the first two that already shot with her?
I know. So anyway, right? They've what they've done is they've released a book of the final movie that's like an expanded, so you can read the movie.
Oh, so they've tried to cover up the plot holes.
Yeah, and in that they've just slotted in
Just
explanations for little
Jammed in
shit. So the first one, which is bad but not as bad as the second one, the first one confirmed that Palpatine was indeed a clone.
Right, because it didn't make sense because he definitely died in Return of
Yes.
the Jedi. George Lucas was like, yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, absolutely dead.
Yeah.
But
And that kind of makes the whole original trilogy pointless if he came back to life.
yes,
The whole point was they defeated the Sith.
brings
Boom.
balance back to the Force.
Yeah, that was the whole point of like the Ewok party back on Endor.
Yeah, it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's dead, right? Now, that one, I guess, yeah. The second one makes no sense. So the book has confirmed that the kiss between Rey and Kylo Ren
Yeah.
was not romantic.
Is there a platonic way to kiss someone on
I
the
don't
mouth?
think so.
Like it wasn't a peck.
No.
A peck maybe in some cultures can be platonic. And
They were
a greeting.
going at it.
They were like,
You and I have a very platonic friendship.
yeah.
Never kissed.
Never once have I wanted to tongue fuck you
No.
with my
Well,
mouth.
maybe when we're that final week in the van, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But that was unrelated,
that was
extreme
just-
circumstances.
Yeah.
Maybe that was it. Kylo hadn't had a wank in a month,
Yeah.
and neither had Ren. You know, they'd both be very stressed. Much important shit to do.
Neither had Ray.
Ray.
Yeah.
sorry.
Neither had Ren. I was
Ren.
like, but he was probably hanging out with like the Knights of Ren for too long.
True.
Maybe that was like some weird cult where they just didn't jerk each other off.
That's why they all tried to kill each other, because none of them had had a wank
Yeah,
so
they're
long.
all
It just got out of
so
hand.
much testosterone brewing
Yeah.
at the end.
But yeah, so they've just confirmed that it wasn't a romantic kiss at all, which makes no. Okay,
Wait,
firstly, the
do you
kiss
reckon
doesn't
you
make
could
sense.
force wank your cock? I'm sorry to kind
Why
of
did you have
change
to
the
direct that at me?
subject.
Can you use the force?
No, I just you kind of look more like Kylo Ren. I don't know. No, do you reckon you could sit there and go?
I think you could force choke your girlfriend during sex.
Obviously, but do you
Yeah.
reckon you could
I don't think so.
just vibrate it and?
I
yeah.
feel like you'd be
surely.
running the risk
Come.
of like.
And then when you did come, you could fling it at someone.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
I don't
just a
think that's
thought.
in the book,
Yeah,
but I think that's so.
that would have
funny.
been a great thing in the expanded universe. Just
Mm.
turns into erotic fan fiction, and then Ben Solo started. Truly,
This is getting a little bit episode fucking 64. In
yeah.
here.
Sorry. Please do not make another compilation of me just talking about force choking cocks. All
I
right.
think that's so funny that they.
Yeah, right. So
tried
it's
to
a
explain that away.
platonic kiss, because that
Mm.
kiss was weird, and we
Yeah.
just spoiled that for you, by the way. Kylo and Rey kiss at the end of the movie. If you didn't know, Who
I would
cares?
say
You've had
that
time to
that
see it
kiss
now.
spoiled the movie anyway. So you knowing about that doesn't really matter.
Oh yeah, I laughed when that happened as well.
Mm.
I was like, what the fuck?
It's so weird. They're trying to kill each other for the whole film, and they're like, "Yeah, let's have a platonic kiss." Like they were enemies. No one platonically kisses. A hug made sense.
Even pounded out. Like I wouldn't even hug. Maybe hug because he was dying. But
Mm.
any other situation, like, hey, we're boys now. Maybe let's fight bad guys together.
Yeah.
I've never. That doesn't mean kiss it out. Nah, that's weird.
Nah, very strange.
Well, that's strange. I was thinking. This is what I was thinking about Star
I wrote
Wars
on
recently.
Twitter that because it was like the article said Star Wars confirms that kiss was completely platonic.
Mm.
So I wrote J.K. Rowling confirms the reason it was platonic is because both characters are gay.
That's good. I was thinking. So I did like this brand deal that was like associated with Disney recently.
Yeah.
And it was kind of weird. Like working with Disney is insane because it's
Yeah.
like you got to go through so many people to get
Really,
something
when you were
approved.
promoting that rideshare service DD, you don't use that every day?
Huh?
You don't use DD every day?
No,
every
of course
time
I
you need
do.
to catch it. Oh, you do?
Yeah, of course I do.
You always use DD.
No, I was. What did I just say?
You
I-
said, I like you said that you always use DD
No, I
when you were
never said
using
that.
rideshare. You just said I always do. Did he just say I always do?
No, I said it's always a pain dealing with these companies.
Yeah, but I'm so surprised that was a sponsored post. I had no idea.
Oh,
was so
right.
subtle.
Yeah, it
like
was.
like you getting you
Yeah.
dressing up as a Star Wars character
Yeah,
and,
and
then
me
getting
saying
into it.
hashtag working with DD, hashtag ad, hashtag
Yeah.
sponsorship. I just meant it really subtle.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Such an
no.
organic.
it
post.
was.
Yeah.
No, but believe it or not, I
Yeah.
was paid for that.
Oh, no
Shocking.
shit.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize I had to confirm that. I was so confused then
Yeah.
with that bit.
Yeah,
really confused
very
me.
confused.
But
We should release a book that expands on that bit and explains all the plot holes.
and why I was confused because
Yeah.
it was and my side of the story in that book would be
Yeah.
it was actually so bad I didn't understand it was an attempt at comedy.
And my side would be explaining which one of us is gay
Yeah.
for no reason.
So Lewis,
Yes.
I'm working with DD,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're partnering with Star Wars. Anyway, so all the shit had to go through Disney,
Yeah.
and they were really adamant about saying not just the new Star Wars movie had to be
Yeah.
like Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting there the whole time, so I'm like, hey guys, I'm going to see the new Star Wars movie, and they're like, no, reshoot it. Say I'm going to see Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh.
I emailed them back. I'm like, I said it very politely, but I was like, look, no one gives a fuck about
No.
what the movies are called.
No.
Dude, the movies could be called like Star Wars Chewie Takes a Shit, and people would go see it because it's Star Wars Raiders her taxes. You know what I mean?
The sequel will be Star Wars Chewie now has shit in his hairy bum.
Yeah.
And it's annoying.
And then like the sequel will be still hasn't wiped, and people
Yeah.
will be like, oh, new Star Wars film? Fuck yeah.
Star Wars. Everyone knows that Chewie hasn't wiped. There's a smell. He seems oblivious.
They were like, no, we really need to be like pushing it down kind of people's throats. Like it's Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. I'm like,
Brands don't get how
doesn't
humans
matter.
speak.
it doesn't matter what
No.
it's called. It's the new Star Wars movie. People know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They're the new one with the new characters and
Yeah.
not, Han Solo when he was young.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
It was wild. Anyway, it blew my mind that they keep on calling them different shit, but
It's
they're all
very
the
funny.
same anyway.
Yeah.
The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, that's the same movie.
Yeah.
What's the difference? There's no difference.
No difference at all.
Same with James Bond. No
Yeah.
Time to Die. Like,
James Bond kills a bunch of baddies and fucks a 10.
yeah. I'm excited to see that one anyway.
Dude, the new Billie Eilish song is so good.
Yeah.
Like the theme for it.
It
I didn't know
is.
she could sing like that.
always
She's actually singing loud.
Yeah, because she kind of just mumbles like, I'm
Yeah.
a tough guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
She sings real quiet, even when she's
She
like
mumbled
singing.
her way, like like there's mumble rappers. She's
Yeah.
like a mumble pop star.
Yeah, and she's fucking nailed it.
Yeah, it's good. Good on her. She's like the Lil Pump of pop. Lil Pop.
Lil Eilish.
Alright. So, were you talking about Kanye's daughter?
Oh yeah, speaking of artists. So Kanye did like he did a fashion show for his new season of Yeezy clothes or whatever, which is cool, and he's doing weird Kanye shit. It looks really cool, and there's a big giant set. But then at like halfway through, before the models come out, he sends his like I don't know how old she is. She's like a toddler, pretty much. Like I think she's under 5. She goes out, his daughter, and just starts rapping like a song that she's clearly written herself about the clothes. She's like, yeah, my shoes are cool. I have really cool shoes. And then she just chucks in a few memes. What are those? I like my shoes.
Do we
And,
have
like,
the audio? Can we play audio, or is it gonna get?
yeah,
copyright
I've
or
got it
something?
here. I don't think it'll get claimed. I don't think it's on Spotify. It's just her like singing it at the
How
at the
old's
show.
his daughter?
It'll say here she is.
Like 3 or something? He hasn't had kids for that long.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say. Right, this is it.
Also, people forget this is also the daughter of Kim Kardashian.
This is cool. Hit the rope with my chips.
Woo!
This is cool.
This is cool.
Hit the rope.
Hit the word.
Chips.
Chips.
Did you just say the word chips?
Yeah.
Two bad things.
I will never.
How many people is this in front of?
I don't know how many kids you have.
No, how many people is this in front of?
This is like, oh, my phone died. This is in front of thousands
Oh,
of
when it gets to the
people.
part where she says, "What are those?"
She goes, I will never do bad things.
It's like,
I will never silence do bad things.
look, I don't want to. Look, good on her, and that's
Yeah.
a great outlook.
What a
but
well-behaved
you're
kid.
you're the daughter of a woman that got famous for doing a sex tape.
Yeah.
She'll probably do some bad shit.
I think she will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she'll, like I don't want to be. I'm not going to stereotype, but if there was anyone who was going to get caught up in showbiz,
Yeah.
it might be the daughter of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West.
Yeah.
You know, she's going to fucking
Big
be
call.
Lindsay Lohan real quick.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially, I think it's so weird celebrities, like, especially like AAA plus celebrities making their children famous.
J Lo's daughter sung at the Super Bowl. It was
Really?
awesome. Yeah, really talented.
It's, you know what? It's weird.
With,
like,
with her mum, obviously.
I suppose when you are so famous, like Will Smith's kids are all famous, you kind of have to be like,
There's
all right,
one that's not.
yeah, that's
But he's famous for being the one who's not famous. Even still.
Yeah, that's
he
the
chose to
thing.
be not famous. I'm still aware of his existence.
yeah.
Don't know his name. though.
It's like when you're that famous and you have kids, you know that your children are going to be hounded and become famous by proxy. So either you turn them
Start 'em
into
early.
something so they can make something out of it, or you try and hide them from it, which is essentially impossible. It's like, what's the better way to parent your child? I feel like,
Yeah, I don't know. The only time, it's a bit of a weird example, but the only time it's happened in Australia where like a kid is just known because of association is Shane Warne's kid.
really?
Yeah, I know his name's
Bindi Irwin.
Jackson.
Better
That's
example.
that's a way better example. But yeah,
But, but Steve wasn't like a famous person. Like he
Steve was like
more of like
an
a
art-
famous good person. Do you know what I mean? He wasn't like a celebrity in the sense of he wasn't like.
but he was known
a singer,
internationally.
actor.
Like
Yeah.
he was like the face of Australia, really, at some points.
Yeah, but I feel like he wasn't in.
He was the crocodile hunter. Like after Crocodile Dundee, man, Steve
Yeah.
Irwin was like the guy.
Yeah, but he wasn't in the world of like fame and sex and drugs
No.
like artists are that
Yeah.
their
Just
children
as
would go
dangerous
into.
though, wrestling crocs.
That's true.
Same amount of risk involved.
But Bindi seems very balanced because she didn't enter that
Well, yeah, she
that
grew up.
party world. I
She
suppose
grew up in an Australia zoo. She grew up around lizards. That's not as bad as growing
maybe
up around
that's the
heroin.
only way to have a well-balanced kid who's super famous is you raise them in nature.
Oh, you just have to not be a dickhead yourself. Steve Irwin and Terry,
Terry.
they were good people. You know what
I
I
don't
mean?
think I've ever met a Terry that was an asshole. I don't think you can be
A
Terry.
female Terry or a male Terry even?
Both, I would say. If who's a
I feel like the male Terry
I
is
feel
a
like
bit of a dirty name.
Yeah, male Terry is like a seedy old guy.
actually, yeah, an author I really like, Terry Goodkind, was really rude
I
to a
reckon when
cover
you're
artist
60,
once.
you're going to look like a Terry.
I guess. Thank you.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I can see Terry vibes coming off you.
I could
For
see you
sure.
being seedy in like 50 years.
Yeah,
You've got 50 non-seedy years
yeah.
left.
You know, when he's like some multi-millionaire off stocks and shares, he'll
Yeah.
just be like one of those guys. Like, come in my hotel room.
All right, comparing me to
But yeah.
Harvey Weinstein.
No, I don't think that exists in Australia. I don't think anyone's famous enough in Australia to be famous by association because of their parents.
Yeah, true. Or if they are, they grew up in Australia, which is just so that it's just not as fame
Like-
obsessed as America is.
One of my friends is friends with an old footy commentator's kid, Stephen Quartermain on Channel
Yeah.
10. One of my mates went to school with his son,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh man, I know it's Stephen Quartermain's kid," and I was like, "Is that
Who
cool?"
cares?
Because
at all?
even if you went over to his house and you met Stephen Quartermain, not cool. Sure, he's a nice guy, but it's just like it's not. I don't think that exists.
Yeah, one
Do you
of
reckon
my-
Dave Hughes' kids are going to be famous? No.
Nah. And he talks about them all the time.
Yeah.
So they would have a chance to be if it was America.
Yeah, I don't think it exists. I think you have to be Kanye level or Will Smith level.
Yeah. And then if you are, how the fuck do you raise a normal kid? Has it been done?
Pink has a normal kid. I know she has a kid,
Yeah,
but yeah, she still brings her out on stage and stuff. I
that's
think.
true. But I guess
But
you know
you got to involve your kids.
Jim
in your
Jeffries
life, though.
brings his kid out on stage every now and then. Yeah, you have to show your kid what they
what
do.
you do. Otherwise,
Like
they don't
when we saw
understand.
Hamish and Andy, Hamish had his son there, like
At-
while they
at
were
that
recording the show,
Yeah, true.
and it was very funny how he explained his job. He goes, because he's a little toddler, he goes, "All right, Daddy has to go in and do some talking now." He was like, "All right." I'm like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, how the fuck else do you explain
You
your job to a child?"
You can't explain to like a 2-year-old that I'm about to be broadcasted
Yeah.
to hundreds of thousands of people from this microphone. Very hard concept to fathom.
Sorry, mate, just got to go and do a bit of talking. And
Yeah.
Toddler's like, "Oh, yeah, that's important."
Yeah, he probably just goes like, "Oh, he talks to Uncle Andy and he gets paid for it. Great."
Yeah.
Like
That's a job.
That's probably what
Yeah.
he thinks. Yeah, it's a weird thing. I don't know. I just don't think that exists in Australia though.
No.
It did happen a little bit actually. That is a good example with Hamish's kid Sonny. Was reported in the news.
Yeah.
It was definitely like a Woman's Weekly type big.
Yeah,
And
because
people
his,
know
his
it-
wife's famous
People know
as
his
well.
name.
Yeah.
People know that their son is named Sonny.
Yeah.
So, but that's not famous though. They're just
Nah.
aware of it. That's
It
what
is-
Australia is. Everyone's like, "Oh, I know that." Anyway,
Yeah.
what's for lunch? You know?
Oh, there's that guy. Oh, should we say hi? Nah.
Yeah. My parents I talked about on the show, got a picture with Grant Denyer, but only because we do this segment, Celeb Spots, on our podcast. So Mum just thought it would be funny to send a photo with Grant Denyer.
Pretty
But
funny.
they were like, oh, we saw him there for like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh, Luke would probably want a photo. We should go up and ask.
Yeah.
Like, well, they weren't like, oh, Grant Denyer, we must get a photo stat before he leaves.
Love your work on whatever you do.
Family Feud. Yeah, right. Are we going to talk about one more thing, or are we just
We've been how long we were for about an hour?
55.
55. We should probably wrap it up
we should
soon.
call it there?
Guys, come see us at the Comedy Festival. Both of our shows are on sale now. You can see us at the same venue, same night, back to back. Going to be fucking great. And get your socks. They are not going to be great, but they will be comfortable.
And
so
also-
up to you.
The weekend shows are filling up real quick for both of our dates.
That's
And
right.
Sydney show, my Sydney show is half sold out already, over half sold out now.
Awesome.
Almost going to be sold out. So that one will definitely sell out. So get on it quick. And then Brisbane is looking like it's definitely going to be sold out as well. I sold it out last year and I'm doing the same room. So
Sick.
I'd
That's a
be
big
quick.
room.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's going to be a good show. Brisbane shows are always fucking great. All right. Grab your tickets. LukeKidger.com, LouSpears.com. And for the socks, LukeandLewis5.com. We'll talk to you guys on Tuesday.
Woo!
A new secret episode just went up on the Patreon as well if you want some more of us. It's
Yep.
a banger. We try and work out what skills Luke has. And
Yeah.
yeah, we won't spoil it, but we don't find many. All right.
Go cop a sock.
Yeah. Talk to you guys on Tuesday.